Hey guys, Deathmog91 here, better known as Tom. I am here to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, if you're wondering why are you talking about Yu-Gi-Oh? As some of you guys know who have been here, or at least have been on my channel for a long time, or if you go back to my history, I actually started my channel off with mainly Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos. I did the Duelist Network tutorial, which it's kind of funny but a little sad that half my views are that video. That's the video alone. So yeah, there's all that. So I thought I'd talk about how I got into Yu-Gi-Oh and all that, and I'll talk about. And if anyone's wondering about Pokemon, that'll be another day. I'm just gonna try this out for the first time, see how you guys like it, see how I like it. So there's that. So back when I was in the Boy Scouts, yes, I was in the Boy Scouts. I Me and my dad were actually on a trip. I had been watching the show. I thought, oh my god, this is so amazing. I want to keep watching it. This was kind of when Pokemon started to die a little bit, and by the more the card game part that started dying, because everyone was obsessed with the video game. God knows I was. Hell, I still have. I actually do have a Pikachu yellow came complete in my room right now, which I think is kind of badass. But that's not about it. Okay, so we stopped at a gas station. I convinced my dad to buy me a pack of cards because I was like, "Come on, Dad, I want to get started. I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh." I couldn't convince him to buy me a deck or anything. Plus, it was a gas station. All they had some packs, but they didn't have anything else. It happens. Um, so I still remember. I only remember one of the cards that I pulled when I first started off the game. The first pack I got was, I believe, Metal Raiders. That sounds about right. It was the second set that came out. Legend of Blue Eyes had, I believe that was the first set, had been out already, and then yeah, Metal Raiders sounds right. Guys, I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh in about 2 years now, so if I'm off, oh well, it happens. But yeah, I mean that's all I can tell you. But yeah, no. So I started off with Metal Raiders. First pack I had Harpy's, or not Harpy's Feather Duster. That card was so freaking broken though. Uh, for when it came out, first pack I pulled Harpy, Lady Sisters. Good card at the time. If you could build a deck around it. Back then, Yu-Gi-Oh was still kind of up in the air to where it even was, like 2 years ago. The game now has really progressed considerably a hell of a lot. I'm happy I played it. When I got back in town, I think yeah, I was like, I want to say it was between fifth grade and sixth grade going in. Yeah, I was going into middle school. I found other kids who were playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I brought my cards so I could kind of show it off, like, oh well, okay, cool. You know, that's just kind of what you did as a kid. You wanted to show your stuff off. Heck, even a preteen. Um, Within the first week, I had all my card. I only had one. I only had 9 cards at the time. All of that was stolen, unfortunately. So, I go, which really sucked. I was so happy because it's like first pack I pull a foil. It was all 9 cards were stolen. Like somebody broke. I don't remember exactly what happened. I just remember I was really upset about that. Then like a bit later, my parents bought me a couple decks, a couple tins. Just the basics. Kind of get me started. My dad was big into collecting baseball cards at the time. We went to a place called Showtime Sports Cards, which I really didn't know much about it, but it's whatever. Basically, from there, when I had extra cash, I had like an allowance kind of thing. I would go through I really, uh, for what I could actually enjoy the game, I really did enjoy it. I had quite a few of the video games. I still have a lot of those now, actually. But yeah, I played with friends. We just did what we could with the games and whatnot. Uh, Basically, let's fast forward to I want to say like 10th grade. I was still playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I guys up till about 2 years ago, maybe it's been like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I was still playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Not much happened. I mean, there was a few times when I had a chance to go to a regional up in Phoenix, which it's about a 2 hour drive. I went. I had a lot of fun. Uh, in high school, I got a job. I would buy, I would buy a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards during high school, uh, till I was about 20, 21 ish. I stopped. But basically, I was going through. I would spend $100, $200 a week at Showtimes, because Showtimes ended up becoming my main store. First, there was, let's see, Cisco's Cards, which was back in like middle school, and I met quite a few of my good friends over there back then. Then Cisco's Cards ended up moving like 3 times, so that was done. Then I went to a store called Amazing Discoveries. Cisco's Cards isn't open anymore, so if you're wondering about that, guys, they're not. Like I said, they're not there. Uh, then I went to Amazing Discoveries. The owner was really cool. We got some good packs and whatnot. I mean, this was about that time was when the level monsters had started showing up, which were actually really good. But yeah, let's then not much really happened. I mean, like I said, I met a lot of my friends. Cisco's Amazing Discoveries. Then I was kind of tired of not tired of playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I love the game and everything, but I was just annoyed because the only place I could really go to play Yu-Gi-Oh ended up being Showtimes, which at it's not I didn't like Showtimes. It's just that it was really far from where we were living. So essentially, we're talking you're going from like a 10-15 minute car ride to taking 45 minutes to an hour to get there. Not exactly a lot of fun on that part. So I would start going to Showtimes when I could. I had it. Then I got a job. I know this is kind of contradicting itself time wise. I'm just kind of going off what I remember. Oh yeah, at the beginning I also went to Toys R Us because they used to do it there, but whatever. So I went to Showtimes. I met a lot of my friends there. I met a lot of people I've been starting to see since I moved over to this side, the other side of town, which is where Showtime's located. But yeah, no. So I went there. I went to a ton of regionals over the years. I think I went to Showtimes for like 5, 6 years. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. Um, I went to a few Shonen Jump Championship challenges, which that was a lot of fun. I was supposed to go to the 100th one, but unfortunately, I was not able to because I just couldn't get away. I couldn't get up there. If I could have, I would have, but it just didn't work out where I could get up there. I didn't have enough money. Uh, no, but I went to like 2 or 3 different Shonen Jump tournaments up there. Uh, Actually, that's the furthest I ever went for a tournament. I wonder. Okay, that's not bad. Then, basically, I went to Sierra Vista a few times for some regionals. Phoenix is mainly where everything was, so I was there a lot. Going on from there, I ended up going to uh, just California, LA. Like I said, I went there probably I think 3 times for Yu-Gi-Oh. I've been there a few other times for other things, but yeah, nothing too crazy. Then we had a guy named David come into the store. At first, I was like, whatever. I was trying to be a nice guy. Anyone who's ever met me, they know I'm a pretty nice guy. I'm pretty chill about things. This guy just ended up being a dick and really just started ruining things for the store, in my opinion. So eventually, it was bullying me too, so that's never a fun thing. But eventually, I ended up just saying, you know what? Screw it. I'm done with playing Yu-Gi-Oh. At least there. Then, or at least partially during that time, the Dueling Network came out, so I started doing playtesting there. I would still go to showtimes every now and then. Great store. I actually went back there not that long ago because I was gonna go pick up some Dominoes. This was maybe 6 months ago. I they Dominoes ended up being moved out, and they ended up going through and expanding their store, which they actually really needed to do. But yeah, I know it's like I said hi to everyone that I recognized there, and it was a good time. Uh, I just had a there's no like one particular memory of Yu-Gi-Oh I had fun in, but it was a lot of fun. I mean, like I said, I met a lot of my friends there. Uh, some weekends when I was still going to showtimes quite actively, me and a couple of my friends, we'd choose to go out to the mall instead, go see a movie and whatnot, which was kind of a nice change of pace. Just because, it's like, okay, every weekend, go to showtimes, play Yu-Gi-Oh, go to showtimes, play Yu-Gi-Oh. And we'd be there from like 10 in the morning to God, I don't even know. Sometimes 9, 10 o'clock at night. Heck, there were nights that we and there's a McDonald's that was like right down the street. So when we got done with showtimes and they were closing for the night, we would just go to McDonald's, keep playing for a couple hours. Sometimes we would go to someone's house, play there. We'd also be playing some Super Smash Bros. And whatnot, because that was always popular. But yeah, so basically from there, we just continued with things. We had a lot of fun. Me and quite a few guys, we had a lot of fun. We'd meet up regularly. Just sometimes we'd meet up on Wednesdays also. It was mainly a Saturday thing, and occasionally I'd stop on Sundays because there was God, I don't even remember what the hell they were called. There was like some promotional kind of leagues during Wednesdays that you could go to if you went there like 3 times a week. You could get essentially few random you'd get a couple random tournament promo cards that were kind of nice. Uh, Sundays were tournaments that were you could use banned cards. Typically, there were a few Sundays that it was just like a normal tournament. They did have quite a few events. They really did try to get a regional down in Tucson here, which would have been really nice for us, but that never happened, at least to my knowledge. I haven't checked. I mean, it could have happened. If it did, you know what, guys? Congrats, because I knew that was something you guys were really fighting to get, because they were, it's like they knew that they were losing business when regionals came that weekend. Which, it's like, yes, that sucks, but it's like, I don't know why you guys can't. I don't know what happened. I mean, I don't know if they did. I hope that they did. But yeah, no, I still kind of. I don't. I still kind of miss going, playing, and whatnot. But I've been out of it so long, I don't even know what's relevant anymore. So I've kind of, I've kind of stopped worrying about it. Um, I still think about Yu-Gi-Oh. From time to time, I'll still jump on Dueling Network. But yeah, it was a good passion of mine. I mean, it lasted, I want to say, probably about 10, 11 years. But until uh, David, it's like I don't care. I mean, I actually did make a video where I need it just to let frustration out. I don't remember what video it was, but that was, God, I want to say like 2.5 years ago. It might have been 2 years ago, but I said, guys, I'm done. Uh, I would still kind of play Yu-Gi-Oh with my actual like friends. We just we would do it at the swap meet, just because that's just where it ended up working out. But yeah, no, from then my friend who I was partners with at the swap meet, I ended up selling all my cards to him because after I sold almost all my cards to him. Uh, there was a few I sold on eBay, but yeah. Let's see. During a few years, I did do some online trading, and I actually almost quit halfway through about a couple years there in online trading because somebody scammed me out of about $1,000 worth of cards, which Yu-Gi-Oh cards exactly aren't exact. They can get really expensive. I mean, there were times where sets were going for over $1,000 for 3 cards. And there's other times when, like, the most expensive card goes for like $100. So, and this is not like if it was during a regional or a Shonen Jump or like a national championship, more likely they had the cards. But if they didn't, they would be wanting, like double, triple the amount. So you were better off buying the cards beforehand if you could. But yeah, no. So maybe I'll have to find some image or I might do some gameplay. But yeah, then let's see the whole thing with the dueling network. I was one of the first people to actually do a tutorial for how the dueling network works. I still get asked every now and then, like, hey, can you help me out with this? It's like I can help you guys out with that, but I did post a thing on the video saying, hey guys, I'm sorry, but I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. I haven't actually done it in like 2 years, 2+ years, so the site really hasn't changed, so I can still help you out with what I know. But if it comes to like rulings or like any of the modern stuff like updates, I really won't be able to help you out because I just don't know anymore. It's like I don't know what's changed. I don't know what's current. I don't even know what's good and what's not anymore. Oh yeah, if anybody was wondering what kind of deck did I always play, if you go back and watch my Dueling Network tutorial video, or not even my games, I always did a Light Sworn deck. When they first came out, I freaking loved Light Sworn. It was my deck for, God, I want to say 4 years, 3-4 years till I quit. The deck now isn't that expensive to build. You can build one for, I want to say, last time I took a look, to build the deck I had roughly maybe $100, $50 to $100, somewhere in that range, because I don't know what the current prices are going for anymore. But yeah, that was the deck I mainly played. I tried the level decks. I love those. I used to actually have like 3 or 4 decks at a time. But God, there's a lot I can talk about Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, there was a lot of good guys that I used to play the game with. But then one guy goes and just ruins it forever. Ruins it, at least for me. And a lot of my friends also kind of stopped going just because they were growing out of it. It's like, I'm like, I might as well get out of it too. I can still call up a couple guys and they still have the cards and whatnot, and we could just play or whatever, which is kind of nice. But yeah, so Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not even going to get into the TV show. All I'm going to say is I did love it. I stopped after like season 2 of whatever the one that they brought the X. Was it? No, I think it was after the Synchro Monsters. I did watch like the first few episodes that they did of Zyx or Zex, whatever it was, the one with the XYZs first coming in. It's been a while since I've actually seen it, so yeah. If you gotta ask me what my favorite what my favorite show out of the 4 seasons I did see Was it 4 or was it 3? It was GX. I actually really enjoyed GX. That was the whole Jaden Elemental Fusion Monsters. Although we never got season 4 over here, but I was able to find it online and I did watch it and I really did enjoy it. And although season 4 kind of confused the hell out of me partially with some of the stuff. But yeah, uh, it's sad. You guys won't be able to watch it on Saturday mornings anymore. At least that's when I would watch it. But yeah, no, so there's all of that. God. There was quite a few good years. Had a lot of friends. I did have one friend who died during during the time I played Yu-Gi-Oh. He ended up having a heart attack and just died. Though, unfortunately, I'm like, I hadn't. I'd take sometimes I'd have to take a couple months off from going because of work. But I hadn't seen him. It's like I saw one of my other friends who they were always together. Like I hadn't heard, so it's like, wow, I can't believe he died. There was some crazy shit. Hell, we were going to one of the regionals. This was with the friend that died and then the other friend, and there was, let's see. Actually, I remember all their names. There was Josh, Mondo, Austin, and me. The four of us were going up to a regional up in Phoenix, which, if I remember correctly, we got actually lost for like an hour. We ended up finding some other people who was like, yeah, dude, we just found it. If you guys want to just follow us. Like, okay, cool. We ended up mooning the football team that this back at Pueblo that I went to. So that was kind of interesting. But yeah, so I might try this like once a week, guys, if anyone's wondering. I'm gonna just put this up, see how this goes, and you know what? I don't know. I'll kind of figure things out. Oh, if anybody's wondering, would I get back into Yu-Gi-Oh right now? No, I honestly would not. I would love to if I didn't have to buy basically everything over again. Getting caught up on the modern rules and whatnot, that's not a hard thing to do. But getting to the point where, I've got like actually like really good decks and whatnot, getting all the cards back financially, I just couldn't see myself doing it anymore. I still have a couple cards laying around the house, but yeah, I just really couldn't see myself spending that money to go back and do that. Yeah, so I'm actually kind of happy how this turned out. Well, guys, comment down below if you have a suggestion of a topic or, if you have any questions about the time. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, thanks for listening. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you next time. Peace.